Here is some of the footage from this dash camera so you can see what each camera looks like. Now, obviously, the unique thing about this is just how many cameras this has. You've got your front main camera, then you have your two side cameras, which you can really point in any direction you want. You can point behind you, you can point up to the roof of your car if you want to, or down at your feet. The really nice thing about being able to move these cameras wherever you want is depending on your driving situation, you may want to point it at a different place. If your main concern is just getting full coverage around your car, you could point these outside to the windows. So if someone T-bones you or sideswipes you or something like that, you get that on camera. If you're a Lyft or an Uber driver, you can point one or both of these cameras behind you to get your passengers or to get what's going on. Really versatile with that. This was sent to me so I could test it out and make this video. I've tried a few other dash cameras like this, and the thing I really like about it is just how much coverage it has, but it's still really easy to set up. And let's go ahead and show you the setup process for this. Here is everything you get with the dash camera. So the main power cable is USB-C, and it does come with these two films. You'll put this on your windshield. It protects your windshield so that you will mount one of these. It looks like it has two, so if you ever need to move it or remove it for some reason, put that on your windshield, then you'll put that on. Then you can mount the dash cam on this, and then if you need to take the dash cam off, you can just take off the whole unit. And this is pretty unique. It actually gives you the option to use a suction cup instead. If you don't want to use the film and adhesive, you can use the suction cup directly, and it just mounts like this. You put that in and then you can use that. Now, I like the convenience of the suction cup, but every suction cup I've ever used, there'll be one hot day in the summer where my car is in the sun and this just falls off. Something to be aware of. For the most part though, these stay on quite well. Here is the rear camera or backup camera. You just plug it in there, and then you have this screen to view it on. You have the main camera up here, and you can move it side to side. Then you have these two side cameras. You can point them in front or to the side or to the back, so very versatile. And it does come with its own SD card. 128 gigabytes, not bad. It also comes with a few tools. So this you use to hide the cable. This is USB mini to USB-C. Honestly, not quite sure why this is included. And then there's some cable clips as well. Before installing this in your car, I always recommend that you set it up first. Much easier to set up outside of the car. So let's go ahead and do that now. Here's a kind of nice touch. The buttons actually light up so you can see that. Let's go ahead and plug in the rear camera as well. And hello, you can see me in the rear camera now. So if we look here, we can see that it is recording. We've got 4 cameras at 1080p. We've got the date, which is not accurate, and the time. Wi-Fi is not on. Let's go ahead and start setting things up. There's a lot of settings. I'm just going to go over the main ones that I think you should be aware of. Most of the video settings here, I would just recommend you keep as the default. You can set the speed and date for the screensaver. You can manually set the date and time. I'm going to see if it does that automatically once we connect to the GPS. Honestly, there are not a whole lot of settings on this. No major changes that you'll need to make. You can turn on parking monitor if you'd like to do that, or screensaver. For video settings, not too many changes that you can make. You can change the sensitivity for if you hit a bump or get into an accident, but you can't change the resolution on this because it's already 1080p. If you'd like to install the app, you can use this QR code. Here's the app installed. You can see it has a live video feed. You can also view the saved files, so you can kind of scroll through and see all the videos if you want to look at that. You can see the emergency videos and parking monitor videos if you have that set up. You can also change some of the settings on here. After having used this, let me kind of tell you the things I think you should be aware of with this dash camera compared to other dash cameras. As far as the menu setup goes, it's really simple and basic. It doesn't have a lot of the features I've seen on some of the other dash cameras, which could be good or bad. If you just want something really simple, this is it. You just kind of plug it in and you can leave it as is. Now, it does have a time-lapse mode. You have to go into kind of like parking mode settings to do that. So if you're interested in time-lapse, just be aware of that. I did find out that as soon as it connects to GPS, it does automatically set the date and time. So that's nice. I would say the menu is not really my favorite, but you really don't have to use it. Or if you do, you just use it once or twice. The things I think you should be aware of with the rear camera is you can plug it in and use it as is. It does have this wire that you can plug into your backup light system. Supposedly when you do that, it will show that camera up here as you are backing the car up. And if you were thinking of using this like a backup camera but installing it inside the car, just be aware when you cycle through which camera you want to display and you remove power, when it boots up again, it's just going to show all 4 cameras by default. So you'd have to manually navigate to that camera every time. Hopefully I covered everything. Again, here's some more footage of the dash camera so you can see what it looks like. I really like how many cameras it has. It's really nice for getting everything around you and for getting things in the car if you want to point it inside the car. Thanks for watching.